Before I get into sowing my onion sets, some of you have been asking me, how did I get on with the mushroom growing kit? Well, why don't I show you? As you can see, not very well, I'm afraid. In the centre here we've got a couple of mushrooms that attempted to grow. Let me just zoom in for you there. There they are. I kept the whole kit moist as per the instructions. Nothing happened. It was such a long, slow, laborious process as far as I was concerned. And in the end I just gave up on it about a week ago, and I've just let the whole thing dry out. So I don't know who's to blame. Is it me or is it the kit? It's probably me. So that there is my first failure of 2018, which is slightly annoying because I did want to grow some mushrooms just to see if I could. I know some of you guys have had better successes, or a better success rate than I have here. 3,000%. She has been growing mushrooms, fairly successful, using a slightly different kit to this. Maybe I should get down to Wilko and buy myself one of those just to see if it was me or the actual kit to blame. But it was probably me. Anyhow, it says in the instructions here, which I've kept, finally use the contents of your kit to mulch your garden. These are going to be mulched in the bloody bin, I'm afraid. Right then, let's talk about onions. I tend to grow mine from sets each year. This variety is known as the Sturron variety. It's my favourite. They grow to about the size of a cricket ball once mature. I prefer them to the Stuttgarter Giant because they just have a better flavour in my opinion. However, the Stuttgarter Giants do store better than the Sturrons. Anyhow, let me show you how I start these off. It's not rocket science. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So what I've got here is a tray, 15 cells filled with multi-purpose compost. Take your set. You've got a blunt end, you can probably see the roots at the end there, and a pointy end. And just gently nestle the set into the compost, like so. There we go. Repeat the process, and you've started your sets off in trays indoors. There you go, that's the first tray done. Couldn't be easier than that. I'll make a start on that second tray. And that's it. I wish there were more to it, but there isn't. It's simply a case of getting your onion set, placing it in the compost the right way up, water them, and wait for them to sprout. Now, the reason I start these off indoors rather than up at the plot is because it's still a bit too cold and damp outside. Whereas indoors, they will get all the TLC they need. They should be shooting in about a week's time, and I'll probably get about 100% germination rate. If I don't, I've still got a few spares in the bag, which I can replace them with. But yeah, this is a much better, softer, easier start for these onion sets. If you leave them up at the plot and we get a couple of days rain, they could just rot off in the ground. I'll harden them off in a couple of weeks time and then just take them up to the plot and plant them out. That's the onions underway for 2018, and if you've never grown onions from sets, why don't you give them a go this year? It couldn't be simpler than what I've just shown you there. Anyhow, I'll give you a quick update of what's going on in the kitchen. Nothing much really. The potatoes are chitting away. These need to go in the ground fairly soon, but like I said, it's still a bit too cold and damp. I've got the Maris Bard there, the first early, which I'm going to grow in a tub in the back garden. I might just hold off for a couple more days because this weekend is supposed to be cold and frosty again. And there we have the pot of sweet peas, which I think I showed you in the last video. They are romping away. Getting a bit leggy. I'm going to have to pinch these out soon. Last year the rabbits pinched them out for me. Thank you, rabbits. I think I'm going to get my favourite vegetable underway in the next video, and that's going to be the broad beans. But until then, thank you for joining me if you have. Remember to hit that like button, share, subscribe, but most importantly of all, please do comment down below. And until the next video, bye for now.